everyone, I'm AutumnSensei, and today I'm going to teach you a little bit about Elder Scrolls Online. It is one of my favorite games. I currently don't stream it or record any gameplay really because my computer can't handle it. As it is, my computer's fighting me just for this short tutorial, but I want to start creating more content with this as I work towards getting more RAM that will be able to handle the gameplay of Elder Scrolls Online. So I have a couple friends starting this game, and one of the hardest things about starting well is understanding the character types. Brief introduction, you get 8 characters or 9 characters on default. You can pay for more. Later you could change your name or your race, or even your appearance later. You could delete up to 3 characters in a single day. Wait a day if you want to delete more and then delete more. But we're going to talk about the different character types. Some people don't care about character type at all. They just care about look. Because when you have different races and classes, that's going to affect advantages and disadvantages for different fighting types. I like assassin-y type characters, but I also care about looks. So I usually go with a wood elf by default. And although Khajiit are a better fit for it. The racial skills of a feline Khajiit reflect their natural versatility guile, giving them bonuses to pickpocketing, stealth, resource recovery, as well as base health, magicka, and stamina. These bonuses help them drive in many adventures of life. So the bonus in stealth, just there, is great if you want an assassin character. Wood Elf has improved archery, stamina recovery, stealth detection, movement speed, reduced fall damage, and poison resistance. So for an assassin character, it's not that bad because the detection portion. And I'm not going to discuss how many times the reduced fall has come in handy. It's just come in handy. And then we have the different types of classes. We got Dragon Knight. They're one of the spell classes. Sorcerer, obviously a spell class. And Nightblade. Usually I go here by default. Adventurers and opportunists with a gift for getting in and out of trouble. Relying on very stealth blades and speed, Nightblades thrive on conflict and misfortune, trusting their luck and cunning to survive. So where it's got the bonus with the blades and the stealth there, also great for assassin types. I love dual wield daggers. So that's just what I go with. In the alliance, there isn't much choice. You've got the Daggerfall, the Aldmeri, and Ebonheart, and the 3 below them, or 4 in this case. No, I think that's just its own self. I don't have the Imperial upgrade at the moment. But these races are what you'll get at the beginning, and if you're Daggerfall, you'll have a Breton, Orc, and Redguard. In Skyrim, the alliances mattered a bit more because that impacted your story. This game, not so much. It's just more of how you wanted to do stuff further on the game because it groups you in mass teams. Like being a wood elf, I'm part of the Aldmeri Dominion. And because of that, so is my guild by default. Also, another thing that the alliances factor in is quest locations. like the main quest. I'm not sure if you end up in a different starting locations, but there's different locations you have to go to through the main quest. And based on your alliance, there's different locations that it requires you to go through. Breton is a pretty good magic class here. Basic Breton style. We'll go with no gear for it. Orc, as you can imagine, tall, darker skin, big teeth. Their bonuses lie in heavy armor, so they'd make a great tank. The Red Guard. I'm not really sure what I'd compare them to. Maybe African slightly, because they could go way darker. This is like on the light end of a Red Guard. So you could go to both extremes almost. With the Red Guard, you could probably either go tank or DPS real easily. High Elf, I personally don't choose High Elf ever, because playing as a Wood Elf in Skyrim, they've greatly disliked me, and so I tend to avoid them. They were snobbish and rude, and yeah. Although they are another good magical class. Wood Elf? Good for DPS. Archery, which I primarily use when I'm in groups, because this game doesn't really have a good archery build. I make a definite assassin character out of this one. Like I said, Wood Elf and Khajiit aren't my two main. Khajiit also make a pretty good DPS. And assassin type characters. Argonian. They're good for the magic classes with bonuses in healing. They're kind of cool. You can make a really cool Argonian. Then you've got Dark Elf, who I also avoid playing generally, because the same reason I avoid the High Elf, because they were rude to me in Skyrim. Great for dual wielding though, with flame and fire resistance. Depending where you end up in the game, that could come in handy, but I personally wouldn't say that it's handy enough to base that for my sole choice on this character. But this seems to be a very versatile character. Whether you want to go DPS with weapons or a little bit of long range with magic. Then we have the Nord. From the Norse. Taller, bigger built, stronger built. Another good class to go tank with, but could also easily do DPS. Two-handed weapons. Great if you want a fighter. Every NPC that's a Nord that I actually have to fight in this game has given me heck. Whee! Sorry for spinning you too much. Okay, I didn't expect that to do. Okay, so we've got the Dragon Knight. The skillful masters at arms use the ancient Akaviri martial arts tradition of battle spirit and wield some fearsome magic that pounds, shatters, and physically alters the world around. Basically, if you played Skyrim, it's a bit like the Dragonborn character in that, where those are the type of spells you get, almost. It's a bit complicated. And then your basic sorcerer here. Nightblade, perfect for assassin type characters. Templar is great if you want a healer. Although the issue with the healer is the same with the archer, is going solo. It is difficult to manage by yourself. But as a Templar, there's abilities you could use without needing a staff. So in the beginning, you could get a Templar, but you could also use a Fire or Lightning staff or Ice staff. And then when I can't remember if it's 10 or 15, level 10 or 15, where you get to have a backup set of ooh, that is nice. Backup set of weapons where you could switch through it with a touch of your button. Like on one button set, I have all my archery stuff, and then I have my dual wielding set on the other weapon set. And then with a tap of button, I could switch from long range to short range. In this case, you could easily switch from fire staff to restoration staff. Although a lot of healers don't switch within a single battle, they will keep to one and use the other when they're soloing. Warden, you could summon bears. Unfortunately, it's kind of the only thing that you could summon, but it's there's a few other things. But it's the only class that allows you to summon animals. But also another another class that's good for magic users. And then Necromancer, which is a crime. So be careful when becoming a Necromancer. Basically, you could raise the dead if you don't know what Necromancer is, and it is illegal, but can be fun. I might make a Necromancer character eventually. I want to focus on the characters I currently do have, but I hope this answers any of your questions about starting in Elder Scrolls Online and creating your character. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions. And I have my own guild called Cyberpunk Cinematics. And if you want to join, just go ahead and drop your character name or username in the comments below, and I will go ahead and add you. And if you like this video, go ahead and like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good day.